Holy shit, I'm making a video game! This untextured monstrosity is called Carfu Helljam, a game about welding swords and guns onto a haunted monster truck and dueling other people's vehicles to the death. The game revolves mostly around customizing cars with cartoonish deformations to change their abilities, attaching as many weird-ass weapons as I can program, and then utilizing your strangely acrobatic stunt controls to drive, drift, duck, weave, and flip your way through streets and arenas, working your way up to the prestigious Helljam tournament hosted in the depths of the underworld itself. Now, looking at this footage, you might ask, why the fuck are you showing us an unfinished game? Well, that's because I've been developing this every single day recently, and very soon it's gonna look a lot better than this. With one of my recent videos somehow reaching 2 fucking million views, I thought the best course of action would be to show off what I have now, so that you can all have a taste for what's coming soon. In this video, I'll be showing off what sort of gameplay you can expect, both in single player and multiplayer, and the sort of art direction and writing that's been going into it. But first I'll talk about where you can hear more about it. If you want to keep up with development, I just open up a Twitter where I'll semi-regularly talk about storyline and programming, and I can answer any questions you might have. And if you're really interested and you want to help the game come out faster, you can subscribe to the Patreon I just set up. If you want to play demos of new content when I make some, if you want to see new art assets or scrapped content, or if you even want to have a chance at contributing to the final game by doing some crowdsourcing, then all you have to do is pick a Patreon tier and rest assured knowing that you're helping release me from the hell that is working in a supermarket in the middle of a fucking pandemic. If I'm really lucky, I might even be able to pay some people to help me develop. Now, let's talk about the game. It's a vehicle-based third-person shooter with a bunch of customization and a fuck ton of game modes. The speed and weight and all of the other properties of your car can be customized by making cartoonish adjustments to the car, like this, and this. And this one car that we just made can be used for fighting, racing, quests, kickflips, rail grinds, and whatever else. I've been spending a lot of effort trying to let the player get as much fun and replayability as they can out of such a simple premise. In terms of the art direction, the art style is going to be reminiscent of the graffiti-like texture of Jet Set Radio and The World Ends With You, mixed with the punky art style of Tango. The bright colors, music, and character design is meant to make the game feel like a perpetually cool summer. In terms of the writing, the humor is meant to be relaxed and just a little bit immature. It's never too immature, but it's meant to build a nice, lax game world where everything's just a little bit funny and nothing serious. You can expect to see a lot of funny numbers in the game. For example, take a look at the length of this video. My friends and I came up with the beginning of the writing immediately after binging the entirety of Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt, so maybe that can give you an idea of what it might be like. The story of the game is weird. I deliberately made it weird. One of the weirdest themes explored in the game is immortality. A lot of the story is based on the webcomic What Football Will Look Like in the Future. Carfu is set in a world in which permanent death is no longer possible, and it explores the changes that happen to society after the world becomes that way. The continuation of immortality revolves around a system called consciousness-safe cloning, which involves retrieving somebody's departed soul from the underworld itself and placing it into a new body. Having lost the ability to permanently die, human culture turned its eyes away from conflict and towards recreation, allowing hobbies and subcultures to go through a huge metamorphosis over the space of a few thousand years, which ultimately resulted in the creation of Carfu, a sport that involves deliberately getting a car haunted and using it to compete against other people in races, duels, and tournaments. In the single-player game, you start as an up-and-coming Carfu specialist, ready to rise through the ranks and one day compete in the prestigious Helljam tournament. You're shown the ropes by Ember, the de facto leader of one of the largest Carfu groups, known as the Neons, and the girlfriend of the grim fucking Reaper. And the main antagonist is this arsehole who thinks that cloning is a government conspiracy. You can drive around the open world and do races, duels, trick tournaments, and even learn more about the world and its characters by doing quests. You can buy food to raise your stats, you can buy clothes to show off to other players, you can get nominated for player-based fashion competitions, and as much more shit as I can cram into this game before my heart stops beating. The world of Carfu is designed to be interesting and vibrant without being unplayably massive. The game takes place in Scramble City, which was created in a freak teleportation accident when parts of Shibuya and New York were transported to Sydney, Australia, creating a freakish amalgam of city and culture. It's daytime in the center of the city, with the sun setting to night as you get further out, leaving the city as a bright midday, the trendy suburbs as a relaxed sunset, and the neon harbor city in the dead of night, and casting the surrounding desert, beach, mountains, and whatever else in an early morning light. Oh, and also the sun has been cut in half by a mining accident, but don't worry, it's getting better. Multiplayer is going to feature a fuck ton of game modes as sort of a love letter to the online shooter genre. It'll feature classics like Capture the Flag and Team Deathmatch alongside a bunch of racing game modes and some weird ones too, like a skateboarding mode. Not only that, but there's also going to be a fuck ton of unlockable victory animations, cosmetics, outfits, and whatever else, all of which presented with no fucking loot boxes. You can win random gear by winning, yes, but wins aren't something that you can buy. So one might ask, what the fuck do you need Patreon money for? Well, there are a few reasons. While I've been lucky so far with free programs, the unfortunate truth is that development is not actually free. I can work every day and my friends can offer to volunteer and I can ask patrons for crowdsourcing, but that can't mitigate costs like fixing my fucked up old computer, buying programs, paying for boring business shit, and the myriad of other expenses that come with this project. On top of that, I'm working 5 days a week, which hugely cuts into my development time. Not only can Patreon cover the cost of development and help me take less shifts so I have more time, but it might also allow me to pay for help when there's something that myself and my volunteers can't do. Not only that, but I do have a few internet artists in mind. If Patreon goes really well, you might see some commissioned art in the game by people that are way better artists than I am. So I really mean it when I say thanks for watching. This is one of my biggest projects and the amount of love and energy I've put into this is fucking colossal. If you're interested in following development or helping the game come out faster, I absolutely cannot wait to see you on Patreon and social media. And I have so much more to say about this game, so please don't hesitate to ask questions because I won't be able to shut up. And just in case you were wondering, I'm not quitting YouTube poop. I've always got time for stupid shit.